Top of the morning to you. Welcome back to our next episode of Heaven's Kitchen on this great St. Patrick's Day. I am Kathleen Folan, Director of Family and Youth Ministries.
And I'm Brother Michael James, the Director of the Lima Center and Community Outreach. Thanks for joining us today.
And we are your masked and glassed Dominican chefs.
That's right.
Today we are going to make Irish bread. Of course, Irish soda bread. My sister got me this cute pan for Christmas a few years ago just for Irish soda bread, because we have it a lot at our house. I don't know if you know, Brother Michael James, that I lived in Ireland for 5 years.
I think you mentioned that, yeah.
Yeah. So my husband and I got married, and 2.5 months later, we moved to Dublin, Ireland, where he went to medical school. We had our first 2 kids there, and lots of aunties and uncles. So I found this recipe. I've been working on it, tweaking it a little bit, so I am going to share it with you guys. We start with 3 cups of flour, and I think the key is good flour. So I got this flour at a baking shop in San Mateo. If you want to go all out, you can go to a store that sells Irish flour. Odlum's is the brand.
Okay.
And then to this, we are going to add 1 cup of whole wheat flour.
Okay.
There we go. A 1/2 cup of oats. 2 teaspoons of baking powder.
Okay.
1 teaspoon of flour. No, sorry.
Salt.
Salt. There we go.
Okay.
1 teaspoon of baking soda. So many dry ingredients, huh?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of rising things there. And 3 tablespoons of sugar. Now, I have a friend who's Irish, who shall remain nameless, who said that the Irish, the true Irish, never put sugar in their bread, and it's so American. Would you like to mix this for me, Brother Michael James? But I'm just going to say it's okay. We can put 3 tablespoons of sugar in our bread. It tastes really, really good. So he is going to mix that up. And then once that's all mixed together, it's really simple to make Irish bread, you guys. We'll create a well in the middle.
Okay. So basically just move the dough
Just
up to the
move it
side.
over to the side.
Okay.
Can you guys see that? In the well, we're going to put 1 3/4 cup of buttermilk.
Ooh.
If you can find whole buttermilk, it's better. I have never found it in America, but they have it in Ireland. It's really good dairy products in Ireland.
Okay.
So 1 3/4 cup of this.
Okay.
Mixed with 1 egg.
Okay.
And 2 heaping tablespoons of melted butter, because I mean, everything is better with butter.
Okay.
Okay, so we are just going to stir the wet ingredients together in that little well. And then once they're all mixed, we will mix it all together. And while I'm mixing that, Brother Michael James, would you like to tell us about why we celebrate St. Patrick?
He originally was from Roman Britannia, and he was captured as a slave and taken to Ireland, where he served as a slave, as a shepherd, actually. And then at a certain point, when he was freed and escaped, he had a vision of an angel. And this vision of the angel and his own conversion within the Christian faith helped him decide to become a priest. So he went through his formation in France. And then after he was ordained, he decided he wanted to go back to Ireland so that he could evangelize the people that were still there. And so it's a great story.
Yeah, isn't that incredible? I mean, most people, if they were kidnapped, would not want to ever return to that land or would want to go back to seek vengeance, but he didn't. He went to convert them and teach them all about Jesus.
Right.
And the Holy Trinity with the shamrock, of course, which is what makes Ireland's so famous. So I am going to take off my bracelet and my ring.
Okay. So you're going to get in there with your
And I'm going
hands.
to get in there with my hands for the end.
Good.
Okay.
Well, look
Okay.
at that. It came together already.
Yeah, it's kind of sticky, but it's definitely together. Now, Brother Michael James, can you sprinkle a little flour on this?
Sure.
And then what you do is you put it on the top, and then just kind of toss it around in the bowl so there's flour on all the sides.
Okay.
Do you see how easy this is to make?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then we put it in this already beautiful Irish bread pan. You can put it in any cake or pie tin that you have.
And you greased the pan earlier,
I
right?
greased it earlier with butter,
Okay.
because everything's better with butter. Remember that. And I'm just kind of squishing it down a little. It doesn't have to go all the way to the edges. And then, here's where the Christian part comes in. It also helps with the baking. You cut one big cross
In the middle.
in the middle.
Okay. You're not cutting all the way through the bread. You're
I'm
basically
not
just
cutting
cutting
all
at
the
the
way
top.
through, just
Okay.
the top. And I like to use a long bread knife too.
Okay.
Now, we pop it in the oven at 400 degrees for 45 minutes, and voila.
Okay. Here,
We'll take it out in 45 minutes.
I'll get the oven for you.
Thank you. Okay, we'll see you soon.
Okay, so it's been 45 minutes?
Yes, so let's get this yummy smelling Irish bread out.
Wow.
It looks so beautiful. Here we go. Here's our Irish bread, right?
Tilt it a little bit so they can see.
Yeah.
Wow, that's great.
What I'm going to do is show you how to serve it. Usually you let it cool a little bit, and then put it on your cutting board, and then cut it. This is how we cut our Irish bread, like across. And you usually wait a few minutes, but we're on TV, so right into a quarter. Okay. Oh my gosh, steaming hot, yum. Just slice it and serve it with butter that melts right in. You are in Evan's kitchen for sure.
That's right.
And now we have a little treat for you. My father-in-law is from a town called Inverin, which is in Connemara, which means County Galway in Irish. And he learned Irish, and they still do. Our little cousins there learn Irish before they learn English. So they don't learn English until they go to school.
Wow.
And that's because they're trying to preserve their language that was disappearing. So we have a little treat for you, and James Folan, is going to give you a little Irish blessing of your meal and a little happy St. Patrick's Day.
Thanks
Happy
for
St.
joining us.
Patrick's
Happy
Day.
St. Patrick's Day. See you next time.
Marmalade, de week, ze speelt neef en men. Van gwakkeskiën, toen we sagen in de nacht. Zo schrijven kunnen we wel in een tam schrijft. Marmalade, de week, ze speelt neef en men. Schijnu, maar el park, kirchnikart. Dus zo schrijven kunnen we wel in een tam schrijft.